let's proceed to some further frequently asked questions, especially in comparison with older versions. One question that we get a lot is, I want to increase the size of the fonts that I have visible, or the nature of the fonts, the font family. Okay, so let's see what options are available in that direction. So under the GUI settings, that is, okay, and under general, the only way that I can control the size of icons or the text, the generic text that appears in my menus or inside the toolbars and inside the menus of ANSA, is through the scaling, the generic scaling setup that appears here under my settings. Okay, which 100%, that's in this particular, in my monitor and in my setup, that's what ANSA chose in order to set it up. I can increase that operation. Okay, the application will be repolished, it says. So it's now adjusting to show everything 25% larger than I had it, before that operation. Often you need to make that adjustment to make it eventually smaller or larger, depending on how big the resolution of your screen is. In case you have a screen size set up in which you use multiple monitors with different screen resolutions, then you need to contact us in order for us to give you some tips and tricks of how to improve the appearance of ANSA in case you face any trouble there. Quick access toolbar is an exception in terms of that. We covered that already. Normal and large size is controllable from this corner over here. One exception exists about the fonts, and that is, where was that? Up in the drawing area. Yes, the font in the GL area that appears inside the graphics location of ANSA, that font family I can control and select and manipulate, okay, to have it appear bigger, smaller, larger, whatever, depending on eventually shooting snapshots and what have you. This is still able to be set up. Okay, so that was about the size and the font families of functions and text. About the color, okay, about the color. There is a limitation in ANSA that is introduced since version 25 that relates to the coloring control of everything except the drawing area. Okay, no more there's no way to control the color of ANSA at the moment. You get this gray based layout as you see it out of the box. We are working on a dark themed appearance of ANSA. It's not ready yet, but we are working on it so as to get it available as soon as possible, and that should be the end of it. And that way you would get 2 color themes to choose from, and that's the setup that we chose regarding colors. Let's follow about the labels in the bottom area. Okay, as with regards to labels in the bottom area and labels at the top area. So what options do we have there? As with regards to the top area where the main functions are appearing under the ribbons, grouped under ribbons, we do get some degrees of freedom to manipulate their appearance, and let's have a look at those. Well, first of all, I can have the choice of whether a certain function, okay, appears as visible or not. Okay, so for example, right now we have here some functions that are marked as visible, and one of those, locate leading edge, that's a function that is chosen to be hidden. Okay, if I choose another one of that function to become visible, so that it becomes visible. If I choose it to be inside menu, so like that, then the function would appear here under that menu. That's what that means. If I choose that to be visible, then it becomes visible. All right. In case I choose to have more functions like that visible, and I have a space issue, let's say, then I also have another degree of freedom, like the control of the size of the buttons that appear, and that way I can have this triplet of buttons, smaller sized, but still available at all times. Okay. So that's pretty much the control that I have over here. This control, there's no way to control as of whether the text, okay, is visible or not. Okay. So you have the option to apply a custom name or a custom tooltip or what have you, but not to control whether the text or the icon itself is visible or not. That's a design choice of ANSA, and that's the way it's going to be. There is no change available about that. Let's check the exact same out about the bottom area. Okay, so for example, in the focus functions, what do we have here? We have the same choice of whether it should be visible or not. There is no control about the size of the function, and it is a design choice of ANSA not to provide any control as of whether text should appear together with the buttons in the bottom area. So the bottom area, no more any sorts of labels are available to appear there any longer in version 25. Okay? Okay. And that concludes about fonts, labels, and colors. Yeah. Thank you.